In this video, I'm going to show you how to save a Photoshop file. The very first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you are in Photoshop. Sometimes if you have another program open and you are clicked on it, the save, this won't say Photoshop, and these won't be the Photoshop menu. So you always want to make sure that this says Photoshop CC. Okay, to save, you want to go to File, Save As. The first time you save a Photoshop file, whether you're finished or not, you always want to save as a .psd in the format of Photoshop. What that does is it maintains the layers, and the layers are what we're working on and we want access to if we open up this file again. So these are the layers over here, and that's why you want to keep a Photoshop file, because the next time you open up this Photoshop file, if you need to, these layers will be there. Okay, so I'm going to call this multiple exposure. I'm going to make sure that I keep this extension .psd. If I get rid of it or change it, it's still a Photoshop file. And some programs won't know what it is, and so you always want to just leave that alone. If you accidentally delete it, you actually have to write .psd again. Okay, the next thing you want to make sure is that you are saving in the correct place. So notice that I'm saving my multiple exposure in my multiple exposure folder, so that works. Okay, you can always go to Picture and click on the folder that you want to save in and make sure that it's that way. Okay. All right. So the other thing really quick to show you is if you are looking at a smaller screen like this and you are not where you want to be, where you want this to be saved, you can click this little down arrow and it will expand and you can find your pictures folder easily. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Down here it shows the saving progress. I'm going to wait until that's saved. Okay, if I'm not done working with this, I can just simply X out of it and open this up. It will be in Bridge. So the next time I want to work with it, it's right here. Okay, and I can just double click that and it will open up in Photoshop and it will look exactly like this, and I'll have my layers and my latest progress. When I'm completely done with a project, I'm going to File, and you want to save. So if I were to do anything extra to this, I'll just do this. Okay, I can go back in and I would, since I've already saved it as a Photoshop, I can simply go to File, Save, and it will save and update whatever I worked on. Okay, then when you're completely done, you're going to go back into File, Save As. And this time, we want to change the format to a JPEG. Weebly will not upload a Photoshop file, so we are going to change the format to JPEG, right there. It's still named multiple exposure, but notice that this extension now says .jpg. I'm going to leave this alone. It's saving where I want it to save, and now I'm going to click Save. The JPEG options box pops up. You want to make sure that you have a quality of 12 and your format options are baseline standard. Then you're going to click OK. Once I have saved that, I can go ahead and X out of that, and I now have both the Photoshop file that has my layers and the JPEG that I will be uploading to my Weebly website.